Bine v-am regăsit la o nouă ediție a The Fighty Generation. Astăzi este alături de mine Alejandro Peghin, un antreprenor spaniol care locuiește aici în România și care a dezvoltat soluția EasyHireApp, o aplicație bazată pe AI care ajută la automatizarea proceselor pentru recrutarea de personal. I'll switch to English now to say hi. Alejandro, welcome to The Fighty Generation.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for being here. First of all, before going into details about the project, I want to ask you, why are you living here in Romania? Why did you move here and when?
When I came to Romania, it was 8 years ago, I came to start a business here that it was related to a previous business that I had in Spain. And that's how I got in love with Romania, basically.
But it was about technology also, that business, or not?
It was a mixture. It had a technological side, but it was a mixture between experiences and gifts for companies. And it had also the online side, all the technology behind on finding the right experiences and these kind of things.
And when did you start this new project, EasyHireApp?
This project started in November 2024. So it's 1 year ago, basically.
And what can you tell us about the app, the solution? How does it actually work?
It's basically a solution to help companies get rid of the first part of the hiring. So what it's called the screening phase. And what we do is we automate all that part for any company. It's very oriented for companies that normally have a higher volume in terms of hiring, just because right now something that we have noticed is that the process of hiring has become longer and longer. Instead of getting shorter, that is what everyone would expect, in the last years it's got longer. So in average hiring, it's over 30 days right now. So imagine for a candidate that when you're trying to find talent and you're waiting for 30, 40 days in order to get an answer or to go through screening processes in order to find the right candidate, talent just disappears in all this phase. And you remain with many times with not the desired outcome. You don't have the right talent for you, but what remains. And this is a solution that reduces the hiring time just by 70-80%.
Okay, so you said it's about the screening phase of the candidates. So it's about sorting the CVs and all of that? Or what does it do actually?
Yeah, it's definitely part of it. So what we do is you can upload all the CVs that you have for a specific position. We match all the CVs based on their qualities. We have an agentic system of AI agents that what they do is they go through all the CVs, they search for they rank your position, they rank the CVs against that specific position. And then you obtain a list of these are the 3, the 4, the 5 best candidates for it. And then based on that, you can schedule AI interviews with those candidates where completely asynchronized AI avatar conducts the interview in autopilot. So the HR manager doesn't need to be present on the interview. The AI, it's a fully interactive avatar like you and me speaking that conducts the interview based on your guidelines, and it does the whole interview for you. And then on the back end, you will see you have a recording of the interview, you have the metrics, you have all the information analyzed on how the interview, the candidate is speaking, the language that it's using, how he responds to the questions, everything. So basically, you end having 3-4 candidates in a matter of 24 hours or 2 days maximum, and you're good to go. You can take it from there.
Okay, so at the end, they have an assessment for that specific candidate.
Yeah.
And it works in English or in which language?
In any language. It's specifically created for remote teams. So I know it's very painful to hire people abroad. Even here, when you're hiring for, I don't know, for retail shops and headquarters, it's in Bucharest, and you're hiring for someone in Cluj, for a shop or for a warehouse position or whatever, you're not going to make that person come here to have the interview. Then it's pretty painful. So yeah, you can make it in any language. The interview, you select the language you want to do it, and you can hire someone in India if you want. But you know, it's when you're hiring remote, it's very difficult. For example, with developers, with these people that their English is not especially good, and you're trying to, I mean, I've been through that many times, and when you're trying to speak with a developer in India, you never know if they are really understanding what you are asking or not. So they always say yes, but you always remain with that, does he understand me or he doesn't? So, and like this, they can even do the interview in their language, because sometimes you don't need to speak with them. Language is not the main focus of the job. They need to be able to do coding or developing and you can do them in the interview in their language and just get the results to know if they really are good developers or not, for example, or things like that. Yeah.
Okay, so basically your avatar, your AI avatar can speak any language.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's easier. So when did you launch the app, EasyHireApp?
We did first beta testing on August, where what we did is we gathered a lot of potential users of the app. So people on HR, startups, founders, to start using it, to get some feedback on what things needed to be improved or not. And based on that, we nearly changed the whole app because there were many things that we didn't thought about them, and from their perspective, that was a very important thing. So we changed a lot of the workflows inside the app to make them specific to their needs. Because sometimes when you are hiring in bulk, when you have big hiring volumes, like, I don't know, a fast food company, for example, they may need a lot of people, or construction. They need people for not tomorrow, but they need to hire really fast. So we adapt all the processes for all these niches to make sure that we can deliver on the promise of hiring fast. And we redid everything, and right, like 2 weeks ago, we finished the whole app. Now it's fully working. We just open it for anyone to be able to use it. But to be honest, we have been really focused on finding investors right now. That has been our main focus.
So till now, you invested in this app. You don't have other investors. Okay.
No, right now it's completely bootstrapped from my side. Yeah.
And how much did you invest till now to get it in this phase, the app?
It's been around $80,000, more or less.
And now you need an investment. How much money do you need, and for what specifically?
We are looking for a pre-seed investment of $350,000 in order to be able to implement the whole go-to-market strategy that we've developed. That's also somehow my strength, that because it's my career has always been into advertising, marketing, implementation, growth. So we have a very determined go-to-market strategy that we need to implement, and of course, it needs of resources in order to be able to make the whole strategy flawless.
The main focus now, it's not the Romanian market, right? I mean, it's worldwide, or you focus on specific markets now?
The Romanian market, for sure, it's a very good market for us, just because I'm here and I have contact here with companies and people. So also the Spanish market, because of I'm Spanish, so it helps. But for sure, one of the main target it's US market, just because companies are normally bigger. They have very strict hiring processes, and they have it's one of their biggest pain points is the hiring times. It's very high there. So our solution is perfect for them.
So now you need this investment for the goals for this year.
It depends a lot if we obtain the money in order to grow or at the fast at the pace that we want. The idea, if we obtain the money, we can easily arrive to 30,000 monthly recurrent revenue. That would be our first target. And of course, we know that there are other companies that have been doing not exactly the same, but they're in the similar space, in a similar niche of HR, trying to make automations, and they've been raising much more money with a not as, I would say, the solution that they offer is not as good as ours. So I think it's a good moment because we can really take over the market fast.
So you have competition. There are similar apps, similar solutions on the market.
There are competition in terms of trying to automate part of the process, but there is not any recruitment software that offers what we offer. That is both parts, the screening and the interviews, completely in autopilot. So basically, it needs no effort in order to do the first round of the screening. Other solutions, they don't offer avatars. They use voice only solutions or some things that are not as interactive. In the last year, I've done like 300 interviews, maybe, just to test the market and see how things work. And I think we have really nailed down a good solution for that.
You said that you tested the solution in August and that you changed a lot after the feedback you received. With which kind of companies did you tested the solution? From which industries?
We've tested the solution, for example, with, I cannot say names just because I'm not allowed at this point. There are big chains, for example, of fast food in Spain that have been testing it for hiring just people for their restaurants. And that was one of the main inputs that made us change some of the process to make it much faster and easier for them to test. Also, construction has been a big chunk of the input that we have. There are two big construction companies that just because I know the owners and they offer to test the solution.
So also from Spain. They are also from Spain.
Yeah. Most of the tests has been in Spain, one in US, one in the UAE, and the other are UK. So it's mainly it's pretty scattered around. But the industries are mainly higher volume hiring industries. So there is a retail chain also that was testing it. So yeah, that's mainly the niches. Yeah.
And now, because you have you have launched the improved solution, they are your clients now. These companies that tested the solution.
We are now in negotiations to see if they implemented the whole solution now for all their business. Yeah, but for us, I mean, now it's a matter of we need to focus and to see if we focus on either going through finding the investors and then being able to have a big growth fast. Either we need to focus on finding the clients, which is a much slower way of growing. So we need to make this decision, and it depends on how we of the feedback or if we manage to find the right investor, because it's not only about the money, but having the right investor, it's as important as having the money. So we need the right partner at this stage to be able to skyrocket the growth and then take it to the next level and see from there. Because we need to, for that, we need to make a team. We need to make to find the right developers, the right team for the growth. And I already have the conversations with part of the team, but of course we need to pay them. So it's part of the of the conversation, and it depends on the resources I count with. Yeah.
But you are already in talks with investors, and are they also from here, from Romania, or from Spain or other country in Europe?
Yeah, we've been with conversations with several investors because we went to the How to Web event in a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, we are talking with several investors, Romanian investors. Most of them were from East European. So yeah, the American market, it's much more difficult to approach from here because you need to create a company there. They want to have you need to go there. I mean, it's a different approach, and I don't think it's the right moment for that. But for a second round, for sure, they are the right. Is the right way to go. But for now, because of the size of the investment, that is not as big as most of the American companies require, because for them, less of $500,000 for them is not like, they don't even blink. They don't think about it. So yeah, it's for us. It's I'm thinking on this. If the right now the conversations end in the right way, and we have a partner, an investor, or a lead investor at least, we can take it to the next level pretty fast.
The company is registered here in Romania.
Yeah, it's a Romanian company. Yeah.
And I want to ask you also about the business model. You said that it's a monthly subscription.
Yeah, it's a subscription-based service.
Okay, and how much does it cost?
It has several tiers. It starts at around $100 for the lowest tier, and it goes up to 1,000 depending on the amount of hiring that you do and the credits that you use inside the application. But in terms of pricing, I would say it's much, much affordable than most of the hiring softwares that are already established in the market. There are big software that only the setup fee is $10,000. So,
And do you have a setup fee or just this monthly subscription?
no, it's pretty plug and play. You can start it right from the get-go. So it's pretty easy to use. Of course, we offer service of helping. If someone needs, we can hire a demo. We can help them with the setup. And just because of our versatility and our early stage right now, we can help developing specific solutions if they need to. So
you were also talking about the team. So the team that developed the app is here in Romania. It's made by Romanians.
yeah, the team it's Romanian. The only thing it's a team because they helped me, but it's not right now. Most of the setup for this year has been done with me plus two developers that worked contract based, and two other people that helped me with that other marketing things. But I need to keep it very lean in terms of resources, just because it's my own money and I cannot. I'm very aware of how we use IOUs. I always be like this. In all my projects, I'm very efficient on the way I spend the money.
Okay, so until you get the investment, you will stay with this team.
Yeah, I mean, even if I got the investment, nothing will change in the way I use the resources. But it gives me a more long-term vision. Yeah, it gives me a longer runway where I can really afford having a proper team hired in a company and start looking forward on a long-term vision.
Also, Alejandro, I want to ask you about the differences between having a company here, a startup here in Romania, and having a company in Spain. So you know both worlds now. What are the advantages or the differences?
I mean, there is a big advantage for sure. I consider Romania not a fiscal paradise, but really there is a really good tax advantages uh, for having a company here. It's also very easy to create a company. It takes weeks. In Spain, it can take you months just to be able to. Yeah, the bureaucracy in Spain it's huge. And the cost to open just a company, you're looking at a front of minimum 4 or 5 thousand euros just to be able to open it, just because you have many fees to be paid, the notar and all these are very expensive. And then in the day-to-day basis, the bureaucracy associated to a company, it's huge. So it's very difficult really to run a profitable business or to make a startup today in Spain.
We thought that it's easier in the Western countries. No.
Especially in Spain. Other countries, UK maybe it's easier, but Spain it's really especially on the last 7 years, the whole policy of the country it's not towards investment and startups, and it's more like trying to old establishment, big old companies, and having employees. But for people to start and create new things, it's very, very, very difficult.
So that's a good news for us. That is much easier to start a business here in Romania, also in the technology field. So, Alejandro, looking forward to hearing from you with updates when you have the investment and new client. And thank you so much for being here and for sharing with us the story about your project.
It's been a pleasure.
Aceasta a fost ediția de astăzi a Detalii Generation. Vă așteptăm și data viitoare cu o nouă poveste a unui startup de tehnologie. Seară frumoasă!